Dear world, I am guilty. When Colin Kaepernick took a knee, I sat on my couch with disgust. How dare you disrespect the flag I swore to defend? As the media reported deadly encounters with police, I immediately gave the officers the benefit of the doubt before doing my due diligence and investigating further. It's a dangerous job. I'm sure the person who was killed did something wrong or didn't follow orders. I scoffed at the idea of white privilege. I've never been given a hand up. This is the United States of America. Everyone has an equal opportunity to succeed. When protesters marched for justice, chanting Black Lives Matter, I rebuted, of course Black Lives Matter. All lives matter. Dear world, I am awakening. When Colin Kaepernick took a knee, he planted the seed in my mind. As protesters marched, demanding justice, they added water. The seed began to evolve, and as it grew, my ears began to open. I started to listen. What I heard shook me to my core. I heard bullets flying, snapping through the air as if they were flying directly over my head. I heard the thud of bodies hitting the floor. I heard that last gasp of air leaving the body as the soul departed. And I heard mothers weep, that agonizing cry that their baby wasn't coming home. I sit in silence listening, my eyes closed, my brain processing what I'm hearing. I open my eyes and I see a perfect red rose. I see a beautiful woman, the strongest woman I know. She picks the rose up with tears running down her face. She places the perfect rose over her flag-draped coffin. I can feel her energy. I can feel her agony. And I hear her agonizing cry. She walks back to her seat, and as taps begin to play, my father embraces her in his arms. Dear world, I was guilty. My crime, it wasn't being racist. No. I was never a part of the alt-right, KKK, or neo-Nazis. And I didn't fall within the current definition of racism. And yet, I was guilty. I was guilty of not recognizing systemic racism. I was guilty of ignorance. I was guilty of going through life with my blinders on. The verdict rings in my ear. We, the people of the world, find Shane Sinyard guilty on all counts. We, the people of the world, sentence him to be rehabilitated. We, the people of the world, demand he turn in his blinders so that he may never look away from injustice. We, the people of the world, demand he use his voice because every voice counts. Dear world, it is time for reform. Life is beautiful, but life can get hectic. Job, school, work, family, it's all too easy to get caught up in your own little world. It's all too easy to look away from injustice. Ignorance is bliss, after all. We all bleed the same. We feel the same emotions. We are all part of the human race. And when we stop for a moment and begin to listen to each other, the evidence becomes overwhelming. I don't know the answers to the problems, but this I do know beyond a reasonable doubt. Our system is broken. Let me make this perfectly clear that the majority of people are good in every job, every background, and from every country. This systemic problem is much larger than any individual. and we must first recognize the problem and unite as one before we can tackle such a daunting task. When we are united, the word impossible does not exist. I once swore an oath to the United States. Today, here and now, I swear another oath, not just to the United States, not just to the people within the United States, but to the people of the world, because we're all part of the human race, regardless of the culture or borders that divide us. My oath. I, Shane Sinyard, do solemnly swear to stand up for those who face injustice, to give my voice in support of just causes, to open my heart and mind to everyone who wants their voices heard. I promise to refrain from judgment before fully analyzing all angles and never closing the door to further investigation. I swear to spend my life in the pursuit of improving the lives of other people. So help me. Thank you for your time.